Coming up.
A booth inside a booth inside a booth.
Hey guys, we're in Hollywood.
Sound quicker with a slower tempo.
Can you imagine?
Oh, how very yoghurty.
What a word, that's a great word.
I just kind of assumed it was. I didn't ask that question.
I would love a go.
Oh, well, that puts a different spin on the entire thing.
What do love an intimate space?
That's a different podcast, though, to be honest, isn't it?
And now, enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
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 Hello, I'm Mark Rise.
And I'm Sam Boffin.
And welcome to today's episode of How Do You Say That, sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk. Now, every week, the two of us, along with a very special guest, set out to prove there's more than just one way to read a script. So if you use a mic professionally...
So maybe you are a voiceover artist or a director, maybe you're an actor or a podcaster, then this is hopefully the podcast for you.
Indeed it is. Now, today's fun fact about Sam is that she booked, sorted and enjoyed her own wedding in just 3 weeks, start to finish. That seems a very rash thing to do.
Well, it wasn't so much rash. I mean, let's be honest. I was sort of 4 kids down and a very long engagement. But
so you've known each other quite a while.
Known each other quite a while. I just couldn't bear to go back to work again without being married. Because everyone always said to me, "Are you married yet?" And I decided in the mid-April. And I got married on the 8th of May.
That's brilliant. And happy anniversary for the 8th of May.
Thank you very much. And Mark loves frozen yoghurt as a bedtime snack.
Yeah, it's not much of a fun fact. Nearly frozen yoghurt, Sam. Nearly frozen yoghurt. That's the point. If it's too hard, then it's very unpleasant. If it's that lovely, creamy, soft scoop consistency, it's nice.
Right. But do you chip it out then? Do you chip it out at bedtime?
No, so basically I put the pot of yoghurt in the freezer about an hour and a half before I go to bed. So it's partly frozen by the time I go to bed.
Oh, I see. So it wasn't frozen in the first place?
No. It's just ordinary yoghurt in the first place.
Oh, well, that puts a different spin on the entire thing.
Oh, how very yoghurty. Well, of course, we also have a special guest who this week is Brendan McLatchie. Hello, Brendan.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Very, very well, thank you. Very well.
Welcome to How Do You Say That?
Now, Brendan is a relative newcomer to the industry. In fact, the COVID lockdowns were what springboarded him into voiceover, and all because of his love of interactive Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, well, since then, he's been working with clients on e-learning, corporates, games and audio drama. Based in Kent, Brendan has used his 3+ years since lockdown learning all about the world of voiceover, investing in coaching, bringing his studio up to professional standard, that kind of thing. Brendan, have you got a fun fact for us that you can share?
The fun fact for me is that since playing Dungeons and Dragons and having all my miniatures out, I have become an avid 3D printer. And I have normally 2 resin printers on the go, printed out all sorts of monstrosities and characters for the table.
For Dungeons and Dragons, so that you can physically make these things in the universe?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And then put a monster on the table for the players. So the last thing I printed was a T-Rex covered in feathers who vomits zombies, of all things.
I've genuinely never heard anything like it. I'm a bit taken aback. I've never heard anything like it.
Well, there you go. So on that bombshell, let's have a look at our first script of the show and ask, how do you say that?
Play How Do You Say That? Okay, guys, this is something that I've been working on this week, in fact, because it referred to the Oscars, and whenever you're listening to this, the Oscars have just happened. It's for a pottery company. They make plates and cups and beautiful pottery and china and things for people's tables. This is a commercial for Turkish television for that company who are based in Turkey in English.
Right.
Okay.
So how do you pronounce the company's name? That's the starting question.
Korlati.
I'm glad I asked that.
The direction I was given was fairly loose until they sent the pictures. So they'd done the pictures for the commercial.
Right.
And the music is very luxurious. And although it's a 30-second commercial, this is not hurried. It's quite slow-paced. The pictures are quite slow-moving. It shows you how beautiful your place setting will be if you use this china. And so they wanted it quite luxurious. So I gave them a number of different reads. But I think if you lean into the more luxurious, and Sam, I know that's easy for you, it might be good. So it's not too fast. It's just a more luxurious commercial.
Okay, so they want a sort of A luxury read. Okay.
Brilliant.
I wonder why they didn't want a Turkish voice.
Maybe there's a Turkish version as well.
Yeah. Maybe there is.
Or
Okay.
maybe it's an English-speaking channel.
Okay. Yes. Perhaps.
I just kind of assumed it was. I didn't ask that question.
But surely everything's in English.
That is not my worldview, Sam.
I jest. Okay, right. Okay. So, I'll give this a go. Where is Korlati? In Hollywood. These were the plates created by Korlati that the stars of the movie world dined from at the world's most spectacular award ceremony. Now let these plates from the Korlati Red Carpet Collection take centre stage on your tables.
Did you notice those sentences are quite long and there isn't much punctuation in them?
Yeah, I saw that.
Because that's what got me.
Now let these plates from the... I didn't so much mind that.
I thought that was nice. It was luxurious. It would have matched the pictures beautifully. If you imagine
Would it?
lovely
Okay.
white china and red and gold on the tables, all that kind of thing. No, it matched it beautifully. That was very nice indeed.
To have the pictures and the music would have been amazing for something like that, I think.
I
Yeah.
don't know if you brought out the initial question, because what they're actually asking is, where is this company? Hey guys, we're in Hollywood.
Ah.
'Cause it's the Oscar ceremony, yeah?
I see. Yes, no, that makes sense. I was interpreting it in a completely different
Yes.
way. I should have
Yeah.
asked that question, actually. Yeah.
That's one of those things, isn't it? And I don't think I got that until I saw the pictures.
Again, fantastic read. I didn't pick up on the punctuation, though, as you were going through, only until you said it at the end. And I obviously look over the paragraphs. I was like, oh, yeah, there isn't
When
any.
when you do it, you need a big breath at the beginning of the third line. These were the plates.
Yeah,
is what I
definitely.
found.
Or you pause. I think I paused, didn't I?
You put a breath in after
I put a
from
breath
and
in.
before at.
Oh, breath's all over the place.
I actually cut that breath out when I sent it to them.
Okay.
Because I think I did it, but I did it with a pause and then I tightened it up a bit.
Yes, I know. So it probably didn't bother me because I put a breath in.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't bother me, love.
Fair enough. And I haven't seen the final cut yet, so I don't know
Yeah.
which version they actually use. So yeah, maybe.
I will be very interested. So, Brendan, what do you make of it?
I like the way the sort of that question that sets it at the start. It just gives them the beautiful opportunity, doesn't it? To say, oh, this is who we are.
Screaming
This is
about
what we do.
themselves, yeah.
Absolutely. It's sort of perfectly done. I like the use of language as well when they're talking about spectacular award ceremony and taking it back to your table. It's they're the words that are
Yeah.
Yep.
screaming out to me.
Yes, you're right, actually. And looking at the script like that, it's, they're the right words, aren't they, to pick out
Yeah.
of it.
Would you like a go, Brendan? Let's see
I
what
would
you do
love
with
a
it.
go. Okay. Where is Korlati? In Hollywood. These were the plates created by Korlati that the stars of the movie world dined from at the world's most spectacular award ceremony. Now, let these plates from the Korlati Red Carpet Collection take centre stage on your tables.
Nice emphasis on your for the
Yeah,
tables.
definitely.
There.
Yeah, and you've got a lovely deepness to your voice,
Yes.
actually. That
Yes.
there's a
Oh,
kind of
thank you.
purr to your voice that is great, actually. Yeah, it's a tough one to do, actually, because there's that fine line between how slow do I go with
Yes.
this, particularly if you haven't got any music to guide you.
Yeah, again, I was trying to convey the luxury in it without
Yeah.
going too slow in it to become, I use the term hammy,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
didn't want it to become that.
Yes.
I don't know genuinely if you got the level of luxuriousness versus the tempo of the piece. Mm-hmm. If I'm gonna be ultra highly critical,
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's fine, yeah.
whether the unctuousness of it was almost there. Does that make sense?
Anxious.
Yeah.
What a word, eh?
Get to use
That's
that
a
very
great
often.
word.
Swallowing a dictionary this week. But I think as a first read, that was really nice because I think I would have probably just urged you to go slightly faster, and I think it may have flowed slightly better if you had.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it's tough. I think it's really tough to get those slower ones. Actually, funnily enough, if you've got a nice peppy script and it's written to time, it's going to be a 20 or a 30.
Yep.
Those scripts that I love, Mark, those ones.
Those ones.
Then
The
at least
Butch Energy scripts.
The Butch Energy scripts. At least you know where you're going with them.
Yep.
So there's a kind of oomph behind.
Yep.
To use a technical term, there's a bit of oomph behind them.
Yeah.
So you you kind of they're in some ways they are more straightforward to nail first time without any music with them. I always think the slow ones can be actually quite tricky.
Yes, it is, without a shadow of a doubt, because you don't know quite how slow you're going, and it can also sound disjointed if you go too slow. Right, let me show you one of the versions that I sent them, and I think this is the one that they will go with, because this is the
Show off
unctuous
one of them. I sent them a few, actually, but
I did send them a few.
Come on.
If you send them a few, saves them coming back for more.
It's true.
Yeah.
Where is Korlati? In Hollywood. These were the plates created by Korlati that the stars of the movie world dined from at the world's most spectacular award ceremony. Now, let these plates from the Korlati Red Carpet Collection take centre stage on your tables.
I loved your in was really in Hollywood.
Which I did deliberately. It kind of matched the pictures at that point.
I know. I loved it. Where's Korlati? In Hollywood. Yeah, I loved it.
I wondered if you might think it was too over the top.
I don't think so. The reason, I don't know. I didn't see them, but it's written in that way, isn't it?
Yeah.
They want a big, they've given you all the language.
It's a boastful commercial. Yes, yeah, in a good way.
To your lovely clients.
Well, no, but in a good way, because actually half of advertising is boasting about what you do.
Well, that's true.
That's true. Yeah.
Yes, I guess.
I thought it was a really good read, and there was this really sort of subtle gravel to your voice as you were sort of coming down into the second and third paragraphs, which really lent onto that sort of luxury, almost epic read.
Wow, I don't think I would have gone as far as epic, but thank you.
Yeah.
I did lean directly into the microphone for the final two paragraphs, and I think that for luxurious, for me, that mic proximity is important.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I think it does help actually because it creates a more intimate space, doesn't it? So I think that works well.
I do love an intimate space.
Oh, I know you do. That's a different podcast, though. To be honest,
Indeed, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
A different podcast entirely. And it's worthwhile remembering that these are real scripts, of course, that we're working on, but we have changed the names and some of the details to avoid copyright issues.
Indeed, we have. So, Brendan, you've brought a script in. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've brought?
I have. So this is a script I was doing for a young adult audio drama. It's set in a mansion on an island, and there are 9 individuals who have been invited there by this mysterious benefactor that no one knows who they are.
Wow.
And yes, my character is named the Master Carpenter, who has lured everybody here.
Wow. Okay, the Master Carpenter.
So he's a baddie, right?
We assume so, yes. Oh. Yes, very much so.
Right. Okay. Did they give you any kind of thought about what kind of voice? Is it archetypally mean, nasty, gangstery? Did they give you any direction in that respect?
All that they really said from the outset was somebody who believes themselves to be levels above everybody else. That was it.
Oh.
So I was really given room to play with this one.
When I looked at this, I thought, what voice can one bring to this? At first, I thought it would work really well as American.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I can see that.
And and then I thought, and then I thought, so you could either go, upmarket, or you could go completely the opposite from that and go down market and like gangster type.
I think that's where my brain was going with it. So.
Are you going gangster? Oh, well, then if you're going gangster, I'll go up market then.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right then.
So I'm going down market. Right, okay. Let's see what I can do with this. All right. Do you really think that all of you were just randomly chosen to come here? No. You all have one very important thing in common. Look over at Ron's body. That isn't the first dead body you've seen, is it? Oh, but that isn't the thing you have in common. I'm not that immature. The thing you all have in common is that each death was caused by you. Isn't this amazing? 9 murderers together in one room, staring at one of their countless victims.
God.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, okay.
It felt quite villainous. I quite like the villainous feel to it.
In my brain, I nearly flipped over to Miss Marple or Sherlock or whoever, getting all the people in one room and doing the reveal. And then I thought, no, that's not that. That's not what's happening here.
No, absolutely not. They've got one up on these people, presumably. And actually, as you were doing it, I was thinking we didn't ask, actually, is how realistic is this?
Oh, good point. Yes.
Is it a sort of pushed audio drama?
No, I think the overall feel of this is very anime-esque.
So not so much naturalistic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so a slight emphasis on sort of not caricature characters, because step away from
I think I did okay then.
I think you did, because but it was
really, really good.
It was right. It was kind of a big, bold character.
Okay, well, that's the down market version, Brendan. Do we think that your version was closer to that, or was it more where Sam's thinking upmarket?
I went a little bit more in line with where Sam's going.
Right, okay.
When I got this, I thought, okay, being an American cast.
That's the other thing we didn't realise yet.
Yeah, that's the other thing I didn't tell you to start with. So just to see what you did with it. But the rest of the cast are American. I just thought, well, who do they put in charge of all the evil people? It's the British. So I went uber British.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Right, so Sam, if you're going upmarket...
So I'll go, I'll do something as a counterpoint to what you did, yeah. Okay. Do you really think that all of you were just randomly chosen to come here? No. You all have one very important thing in common. Look over at Ron's body. Now, that isn't the first dead body you've seen, is it? Oh, but that isn't the thing you have in common. I'm not that immature. The thing you all have in common is that each death was caused by you. Isn't this amazing? 9 murderers together in one room, staring at one of their countless victims.
That's lovely. And that evil laugh.
That was great, yeah.
Wow. Gosh. And you went really... you took the tempo right down. That was very slow, in fact, wasn't it?
It was too slow, actually. If I'm absolutely honest with you, it was too slow. But
I was enjoying it.
Yeah. Yeah, it really added to the sinister sort of level that you was doing there, the pace of it.
I thought you might have gone posher. From what you said, I thought you might have even taken it more upmarket than that.
No, I was actually trying to do superior, is probably what I was trying to do.
Oh, that certainly came across, yes.
Yeah.
But I wonder if posh British versus an American rest of cast would have come across as sinister anyway.
Maybe. But, okay, well, maybe Brendan does that.
Yes,
Brendan,
maybe he does.
What did you do?
Okay. Do what I normally do. I get my arms in position and start flailing them around.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
Do you really think that all of you were just randomly chosen to come here? No. All of you have one very important thing in common. Look over at Ron's body. Now that isn't the first dead body you've seen, is it? Oh, but that isn't the thing you have in common. I'm not that immature. The thing you all have in common is that each death was caused by you. Isn't this amazing? 9 murderers together in one room staring at one of their countless victims.
I was right, Sam. You take it up posher and it becomes much more sinister, doesn't it?
Well, you were almost, kind of avuncular in your... There was something quite, overly kindly evil in that, if you see what I mean. You kind of overdid the kindness, which emphasised the evil. That was really interesting. There's a kind of roundness in your tone when you did that, and I thought that worked. Yeah, I thought that worked really well. It was very nice.
How do you say that?
Now, of course, is the moment that we love. It's the wildcard bit. So let's see if we can approach these marvellous scripts in a completely different way. So, Brendan, you have the wonderful thing of picking one of the scripts for Mark.
Oh, yes, I've got to go first this week. What fun.
Okay, let's go with Mark's script.
Okay, the Korlati.
And just as a wildcard, only because I watched the episode today and I thought it was absolutely fantastic, is read it in the style where you are busting for a pee, but you cannot leave the booth.
Oh. We all went,
Okay. And it's quite a physical thing, that. So it's like, okay, all right. All right. It's that's motivation in one go, isn't it, Sam? Really?
Are you just Mark? Are you just going to be Mark doing it now, or are you someone else, or is that just left to you?
No, I'd say you've got 30 seconds before you lose control of your body.
Okay, right.
That's just Mark normally. With
this is very much the Joey scene in Friends. When he's there
I
with,
know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Where is Korlati in Hollywood? These were the plates created by Korlati that the stars of the movie world dine from at the world's most spectacular award ceremony. Now, let these plates from the Korlati Red Carpet Collection take centre stage on your tables, bye.
Oh, that urgency, mate. That urgency.
I could feel that urgency.
Yes.
That was good. I could even hear the physicality. That was great.
Oh, okay. Right, Sam, you pick one for Brendan to do.
All right, Brendan, I want you to be a ship's captain.
Oh,
I want you to be a ship's captain on the poop deck.
You said poop.
I know.
I'm such
knew
a child.
you would
I'm
snigger if I said that. I don't even know what a poop deck is. But anyway.
Not me.
But anyway, there you are. You're a ship's captain and you are addressing your crew.
Okay. Do you want pirate? Do you want...
You can have whatever you like, love.
Yeah?
Do you know which script? Did you pick which script?
Yes. Actually, that is true. Actually, I think script 1. I think Korlati.
Okay.
Okay.
You're addressing your crew.
Where is Korlati? In Hollywood. These were the plates created by Korlati that the stars of the movie world dine from at the world's most spectacular awards ceremony. Now, let these plates from the Korlati Red Carpet Collection take centre stage on your tables.
Yes, Captain.
Yes, Captain.
Absolutely, Captain. That's right. The projection really lovely to the group of pirates to the rest of the crew there. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
To the back of that ship.
I like it.
Thank you.
And it's funny because it's quite a physical. Pirate is always quite physical, isn't it? Were you doing any kind of movement with your body to get there?
Oh, yeah. I stood up, my hands were waving at certain crew members, pointing them to go X, Y, and Z.
And that brings it to me to suggest one for Sam. So, Sam, we've done 2 of the Korlati, so I'm going to go to the other end of the scale. I'm going to go to Brendan's script for you. And much as we know that we have just had a really criminal mastermind doing this script, I think we go down the other end of the scale. Right. Surprise, surprise. I think surprise. Let's go very timid librarian.
Oh, okay.
But a librarian that knows you can't speak too loudly or you'll get told off and you will be shushed by the head librarian.
Oh, right. So I'm actually in a library.
Yeah, actually in a library, yes.
Okay, right, okay. And we don't want anybody else to know about it apart from you. Okay.
Well, no, the other people there, you're still talking to the other people, but bear in mind that the head librarian cannot hear you. They mustn't overhear what you're saying.
Okay, then. Right then. Okay. Do you really think that all of you were just randomly chosen to come here? No. You all have one very important thing in common. Look,
Look over at Ron's body now. That isn't the first dead body you've seen, is it? Oh, no, I'm not that immature. The thing you all have in common is that each death was caused by you. I know. Look, I didn't like to say anything, and I know it's amazing, but look, there are 9, count yourselves, 9 murders together in one room, staring at one of their countless victims.
Oh, I love that. I thought
That
it was going to make it less
fantastic.
evil. It made it more evil.
Did it?
Yeah.
Yes. By quite a degree, Sam.
Really?
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know about you, Brendan. I could absolutely see the scene in the library as well.
Yeah. As you started reading that, instantly I went to every crime show I've ever watched and gone, oh, that's the twist character that did it all along.
How fascinating.
I
That was
really wasn't
amazing.
trying to be evil at all. I thought I was being really nice. I thought I ought to be a nice librarian. So that's very interesting that came across as evil.
I think maybe that timid voice was the
Okay.
thing that added that real edge to it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh, very nice.
Who knew? Who knew?
Who knew?
And, of course, if you want to play along in the privacy of your own booths, we have put these 2 scripts in the show notes so you can have a try yourselves at home.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Well, our question this week, Brendan, is for you. As a relative newcomer, how did you decide which genres to tackle first when you decided to take that plunge into voiceover? What were the deciding factors?
For me, it was the areas that I kind of enjoyed the most. When I first came into voiceover, I didn't realise how many genre there were, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, no,
I think a lot of
absolutely.
people say that, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm staggered even now how many different genres there are, yeah.
Listening to my coaches, they instantly said to me, I think you're going to do very well in the corporate sector. So I was, okay.
Nice.
And funnily enough, that is where most of my work comes from. So it goes
Yeah.
to show coaches know what they're talking about. And yeah, so what I've done is really try to consolidate my technique and what I'm doing in the corporate sector. Obviously, I do some characters as well. That's the dream for me.
Yep.
And then we'll start to do some other, to a few other genres. The one that really scares me to death are sort of long-form audiobook and medical. So I will challenge those one day,
Do you know what, Brendan?
but not just yet.
I don't think you're being unusual in that. They terrify everybody.
I think there are enough genres
I stay away from them.
that's the beauty of it, actually. There are a few
Yeah.
genres that actually don't particularly appeal, or you don't think you'll be able to do them very well. I just leave them out. Yeah.
What was the thing you've been most proud of in your time in voiceover so far?
I don't know if this is a brag or not. When I was doing my research into being a voiceover artist or actor, however you sort of cut the word.
Yes, and people do see it in 2 very different ways, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I personally see everything as acting. So
Yep.
I always
As
refer to
does
myself
Sam.
as a voice
Yeah,
actor.
yeah. Yep.
It was, I was reading that don't get ahead of yourself, don't beat yourself up because it's very slow to start with. But almost since I started, I've had quite a steady stream of work.
Oh, wow.
Good.
And bear in mind, I've only been doing this, 2-3 years. I've not yet come across a slow month. I've been just really, really proud of the fact that I'm getting work.
Yeah.
That's something I'm really proud of the fact.
You should be proud of that. Absolutely. Well done. And it shows you're
Yeah.
doing something absolutely right. Well done.
It can take quite some time.
Yes,
It's
it
a
can.
very competitive industry, I think.
You haven't gone full time yet, have you, Brendan, with it?
No, it's still trundling along my day job.
Is that the plan?
I've got to deal with my wife once I've made my annual salary
But
in
not
my
like
day
Mr.
job
Carpenter
2 years
did.
in a row. Then
Not
I'm allowed
like
to
Mr.
leave.
Carpenter did. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I think that's the thing, is that I think it's a really good way of doing it, actually, is that, going in there and running it alongside a different job. And then once it begins to be financially viable enough to take over, I think that's a really good way of doing it, actually.
Are you finding it tiring? Because obviously you've got to come back after your day job and do the voiceover and get it out to clients and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah, very much so. So because I've got clients in sort of China side, so they're ahead of us. I've got clients in the States, they're behind us. I tend to find that I am able to split the work throughout the day. So before I start my day job at 9, I can get up at 7 and jump in the booth.
Wow,
for
okay, both ends of the day. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Good
and then maybe if I've got a small read, I can do that during my lunch break because I work from home full time as well.
Right.
So it's perfect.
Oh,
my
that's
booth
useful.
is there.
Yeah.
I find it really useful actually having American clients because I'm a very much a late. I get better as I go through the day. I'm not very good at getting up early in the morning. I do, but I'm not great at it. So actually, by the time I get to later on in the day, I actually quite like voicing at night. Yeah. So I find that quite straightforward. I think it's it can really work well actually having different clients in different parts of the world.
I find that my voice is in better condition later in the day as well.
Oh, do you? No,
Yeah.
Do you know, that's interesting. I didn't know that about you.
I prefer not to voice in the morning and to voice after lunch if at all possible. I will voice in the morning. I do voice in the morning. Of course I do. But I think I sound better in the evening. Just in case any clients are listening.
Well, they're going to jump on and book you at this very moment.
Well, you never know. You never know, Sam. You never know. Brendan, thank you so much. It's been fabulous to have you on the show. A reminder that all of Brendan's details can be found in the show notes.
And of course, we will also be putting today's scripts in the show notes so that you can have a read yourself.
Yes.
And do please like and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode.
Yes, that's it for this week. Thanks again to Brendan McLatchie. We'll be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we'll be asking, and this is where we do it all together, Brendan, are you ready? When we'll be asking...
How'd you say that?
How'd you say that?
How do you say that?